Hey guys, welcome back to the channel DZ Can Toys, where I do reviews and share my thoughts on some of my favorite toy releases. Today we'll be looking at the BUZZmod Kyojuro Rengoku by Aniplex from Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba 1/12 scale. Here's the front of the box. We have the side and the back. Let's get the unboxing started. Here we have Rengoku unboxed. Let's take a quick 360 view of the figure. Kyojuro Rengoku was a major supporting character of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, a major character in the Mugen train arc. He was a Demon Slayer of the Demon Slayer Corps and a former Flame Hashira. In terms of aesthetics and paint job, I have to say BUZZmod really did a good job straight out of the box. I feel like Rengoku here is very colorful. Indeed, the Rengoku figure with its unique color theme really pops in your face. I really like the fact of the highlights on the hair, with the majority of the hair being yellow and we have these red highlights, and it really goes well with the idea of a Flame Hashira. Moving to the facial design, we have that anime eyes done very well by BUZZmod. We can see the red highlights and the yellow highlights, which sort of symbolize, again, flames for Rengoku's eyes. We have the unique eyebrow of Rengoku printed nicely. Moving down to the body, we have the signature Demon Slayer corpse design done in this light black or a dark gray. There are some other color aspects on it, such as the white and silver for the belt, the white for the pocket at the chest, and also the white at the collars, but overall it is just in the simple light black gray color. Moving down though, we also have more color and design for the feet. We have these flame designs for the shoes and the feet. They're done in the red and the yellow. Here's a closer look. Even the traditional style sandals, we have red straps for Rengoku over here. Before I forget, we do have some gold coloring for the buttons on the Demon Slayer Corps uniform, as well as some extra protruding white part for the arm sleeves. Here's a closer look at the BUZZmod face sculpt. I have to say, I really like this one. To me, it looks very good. Over here we have a quick side view. Again, I really enjoy all of the protruding details of the hair, along with the red colored highlights. One major aspect of the design for the Hashiras is that they're all wearing their unique cape, and for Rengoku over here, we have this cape, of course, that is flame themed again because he is the Flame Hashira, done in white, but the edges, they're sort of cut out in this pattern that almost look like burning flames, and they're painted in red, while the rest of the cape is painted in white. But the unique thing is on the outer side, as seen over here with a back view, we do see a gradient of the white turning into yellow, orange, and then red. Again, this is really pleasing to look at in terms of a design aspect, but also the sculpting done here, especially these rounded off and sharp edges, really remind me of the idea of a flame burning. Furthermore, we do have some more red highlights down here for the back of the hair, as we see the yellow and red, yellow and red. There is one thing that I want to mention about the aesthetics compared to other BUZZmod figures, is that Rengoku over here for the cape is in molded plastic instead of the usual ones that is made out of cloth for the past figures such as Tanjiro and Nezuko. I get that they did this in terms of the design for Rengoku because it would have been hard to make a cloth cape with these sharp edges while also in this flowing features like the plastic one. It wouldn't look as nice for posing, but I know some of you guys out there would complain and rather have the whole line with cloth goods. But for me personally, as long as it looks good, I don't really care too much. Now let's move on to the accessories. We have quite a number of accessories included here, so let's first start with the faceplate. Right out of the box, we have this normal looking face attached. The second one, we have Rengoku here smiling, and there's a unique expression to him in the show, as he would say umai, which is delicious when he is eating food. As for the third faceplate, which is also the last one, we have one looking towards the side for the eyes and the teeth clenching. This one is more of a battle expression face, so we only have 3 faceplate in total. I wish we had at least one more faceplate, and it would have been really nice, and it feels like a missed opportunity that we didn't have a bloody face, especially after Rengoku's fight in the movie. If you guys watched the movie, you would know what I'm talking about. For the next major accessory, we have his katana, which is really important for the Demon Slayer. We have this white design with these light gray inserts pattern here, arrow patterns. We do have this light gold for the bottom of the scabbard, but also over here, and the handguard in this metallic red paint, which does look very good, and it is in the shape of a flame if you see over here on this angle. We do have this white wrapping for the handle, and of course the gold design here at the bottom of the handles again. So this one just unplugs like this with no actual blade, but we do get a second one, which is the unsheathed version, which looks extremely good. We have that metallic paint for the carving design here, which again looks like flames on the katana blade itself, and we have a dark red for the rest of the blade. We also have these carvings over here on one side done in white in kanji, which does say killing demons or demon slayer, which is very cool. And when he is not using his katana, we can just insert this over here on the waist. It is a bit tight when I first tried, but be careful, it does work. Here is what Rengoku looks like with the sword attached on the waist. Looks quite good. And when you want to use the sword, all you have to do is just take this piece off and let him hold the other katana, and it'll be good. Next up, for the hands, we have the two hands attached straight out of the box, which is two relaxed hands, a pair of open palms, a pair of closed fists, a pair of katana holding hands, which means you can hold the katana in either hand or both at the same time. Lastly, we have a single right hand, which is curved downwards like that. Here's a closer look. As for the function, it's most likely to do a pose like this. While we're on the topic of that pose that I just showed you guys, we do have this unique flame piece effect, which looks very good, as seen over here. And there's two uses to this. I noticed that there is a peg somewhere here, which you can insert the sword. It doesn't really stay that well, but you can kind of insert the sword like that. This way you can do a pose of Rengoku holding the sword, just like this, which looks very nice. I believe on the train arc, he did a pose kind of like that. You guys get the idea, on top of the train. I'll take better pictures at the end of the video. Right now, I'm just showing you guys. Now, another really cool effect piece we get is this flame ring looking thing. And this one is very similar to the one that we got in the BUZZmod Tanjiro, except this one, according to pictures online, it looks a bit darker in red. And we can use this other flame piece sort of as a stand for this ring. You can do a lot of cool poses this way, or for your display. Something like that, or you can put it at the back, something like that. Like a flame wheel. Of course, the flame breathing technique, you can use it however you like. So in terms of a flame accessory, I really do enjoy this one, and personally I think it's very cool. As for the last accessories, we have this mat which have a molding indentation here, and this is supposed to work with the two pieces included here, which is one leg here and another leg here, and you can see that they fit this mat perfectly, and you can do a pose with Rengoku kneeling down on the mat. You kind of get an effect like this. Personally, I won't be using this accessory, and it does look a bit weird here because I didn't really put it completely on. It's just to show you guys the feeling of it. But yeah, they unpeg quite easily. Next up, let's go over the articulation. For the head, we have a 360 up and down. At the back, the two ponytails does move up and down side to side and also rotate on a ball joint on each side. The smaller one also rotates and do have a tiny bit of wiggle room, as seen here. The cape itself, you can move from the sides up and also a little bit backwards, they are ball jointed on each side. They split in 3 pieces, and the last piece is also ball jointed here and move up and down. So definitely you have some cool poses potentially with the cape. For the rest of the segment, I'm gonna take the cape out just like this. And oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys on the aesthetics part that we do have the symbol of the Demon Slayer corpse on the back without the cape. And without the cape, we can check out the full articulation much better. We can move the arms all the way up, 360. We do have a slight butterfly joint that's on this ball joint itself instead of a hinge over here, like some other figures. So you can bend the elbow like this quite forward, which is very nice. And the typical elbow bend. For the hands, we have a rotation side to side. Waist section, we do have a rotation. A little slight movement, but not too much. Of course, the neck, it is double ball jointed. We do have some collar rotation at the bottom neck joint too. For the waist, we have a rotation. A little bit side to side, not too much. And the bend over here, about that far. The legs do slide off a little bit easy when you're posing the figure. I did see some people complain about that, but overall for mine figure, it is not that bad. Because some people say it's really bad. Here is the knee bend. It's not quite what I would have liked. I wish it bent more, but considering the pants design is quite baggy, this is decent. And of course, all the way up to the side, front, forwards, backwards. Finally, we do have a rotation here as well at the lower leg, the ankles, and the toe hinge, side to side. Overall, the articulation is pretty good, but it's not like SH Figure Arts level. Now for some size comparisons, I think this one is the most interesting one compared to the Figma Tanjiro, and of course we have our cute baby Nezuko down here. I feel like the Tanjiro for the Figma actually scales with this BUZZmod Rengoku very well. It scales even better than the BUZZmod Tanjiro himself. I did buy the original BUZZmod version of Tanjiro, but after seeing some comparison pictures, I decided to sell it because that one, beside this Figma Tanjiro, looks a little bit taller and also a little bit chubbier, and the BUZZmod Rengoku's height suits this Tanjiro quite well. So I feel like in terms of my personal preference, I rather have the Figma Tanjiro with the Rengoku BUZZmod version. Here's a SH Figure Arts SSB Goku. We also have a Figma Goblin Slayer. One more 12 scale figure, which is the Mayfex brand Deadpool. Alright, so final thoughts on the BUZZmod Rengoku Kyojuro from Aniplex and Demon Slayer. Overall, I have to say this figure is A+ quality, especially compared to some of the other 12 scale figures. It does reflect it in the price, so I guess that part is a negative. It's a bit more expensive than our usual 112 figures, but we do have a great aesthetics and paint job. Also, in terms of the accessories, I feel like this Rengoku figure did a very nice job. We have a lot of effect parts, and I really enjoyed the flame effect parts that's provided in this kit. Now, in terms of negatives, there are some. One is I wish there were at least one more faceplate, especially a bloody version of the face. I just feel like that's a missed opportunity, especially considering the price of this figure. Another thing is a lot of other reviewers, I noticed that they mentioned that the legs kind of fall off easily. For mine, I did notice that if you move them around too much, they do become a bit loose, but overall it's not too bad on my version compared to some of the other version. So I guess this one is depending on your luck and probability. Other than that, some people might complain about the cape not being cloth material like the other BUZZmod figures, but for me personally, that's not a big deal as long as it looks good, because over time the cloth one would gather dust and it's harder to clean than plastic anyways. Oh yeah, one more thing that I do want to mention is that recent news, Figma is releasing and planning to release a Figma version of the Kyojuro Rengoku. From the prototypes, A lot of people really like that one, but for me personally, I feel like I still like the sculpting of this one better. Maybe I'll change my mind after I see a full color version of Figma one in the future, but so far, I feel like there's no regret in terms of keeping this BUZZmod version of Rengoku. And I still like the Figma Tanjiro better than the BUZZmod Tanjiro, but I do like this version of the BUZZmod Rengoku much better than all of the other BUZZmods so far. Anyways, there goes the end of today's review. If you guys enjoyed the channel and the content, please remember to support by subscribing and liking the video. Turn on that bell notification. As always, my friends, remember to stay young at heart. Until next time, we're out.